Hello everyone. In this video we are going to solve this problem merge strings alternatively. The problem statement is you are given two strings word1 and word2. Merge the strings by adding letters in alternating order starting with word1. If a string is longer than the other, append the additional letters onto the end of the merge string and then we have to return the merge string. Coming to the examples, here we can see that the word 1 is ABC and the word 2 it is PQR. So uh, the explanation is that the merge string will be merged as firstly we have splitted word 1 into its components, its characters which are A, B and C, and word 2 into its characters which are P, Q and R. And then the merge string will be taking A from word 1, then P from word 2, then B from word 1, then Q from word 2, then C from word 1 and R from word 2. So finally the merge string will be AP BQ CR, and that is our answer. In this case both word 1 and word 2 has similar length. Now in the second example, here we have word 1 as AB and word 2 is PQRS. The length of word 1 is smaller than length of word 2. Now let's see the explanation. We have splitted word 1 into its characters which are A, B, and the word 2 into its character which are P, Q, R, S. So again A, P, B, Q is our answer up until now, and then we will just add the rest of the remaining characters into the end of our answer. So finally the answer is A, P, B, Q, R, S. Now in the third example we have A, B, C, D and the word 2 is PQ. So finally we have splitted word 1 into its characters A, B, C, D and word 2 into its characters which are P and Q. So here we are going to build our answer. First we will take A, then P, then B, then Q, and then we will add the rest of the characters on the end of our output. So the final output or our answer is A, P, B, Q, C, D. So let's look at the constraints also. The length of word 1 and word 2 is less than 100. Both consists of lowercase characters. Okay. So the solution that we will follow is that we are going to check the minimum of these two words. Which word has the minimum length? Let's consider the length of the first word as n1 and similarly the length of the second word as n2. So we are going to iterate through both word 1 and word 2 simultaneously, and for iterating over these two words we will use this variable called index and we will start from the index 0. Now we will iterate through both word 1 and word 2 simultaneously, so we will have to check that the index is smaller than n1 and also index is smaller than n2. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to first take first character from word 1, which is going to be word 1 index, and the second character from word 2, which is going to be word 2 index. Now we will store all these characters in order inside our answer array. We will append these characters A and B into our answer. We can append them directly, or we can do something like answer dot append A and then answer dot append B. Now finally what we are going to do is that we are going to check for the remaining characters if there are any character remaining in word 1 or word 2. So for checking any remaining character in word 1, what we are going to do is that we are going to check that index 1 is smaller than n1. That means that we have iterated through all the characters in word 1. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to add this character at the end. This loop will only run if the current index is smaller than n1. So we will append the current character and then we are going to increment our index to look for the next character. Similarly, we are going to do the same thing for word 2 also, but in this case we have to check that index is smaller than n2, which is the length of word 2, and then we are going to add the current character, which is word 2 index, and then again we are going to increment the index variable. Actually, I forgot to increment the index variable over here. It is also important to increment index here as well, so that we do not create an infinite loop. Finally, we have our answer in this answer array. So what we are going to do, we have to return a string. So we are going to convert this answer array into a string, that is combination of all of its elements, and we are going to finally return it. Let's run our solution. Okay, so the solution is accepted. Now I will submit the solution. Okay, so our solution is acceptable. Now in this solution, we are iterating through n1 and n2 arrays. In this case, we are iterating through minimum length between n1 and n2. Whichever is smaller is the number of times that we will iterate through this loop. In this loop, we will iterate for n1 times. So this is big of n1, and in this loop we are going to run at most big of n2 times. So looking at this, the time complexity of this solution is big of n1 plus n2. Since this will always be smaller, the minimum of n1 and n2 is always going to be smaller than either n1 or n2. So overall the time complexity is something like big of minimum of n1 comma n2 plus n1 plus n2. So we will just forget about this term because it is definitely smaller than the other two. So this is big of n1 plus n2, where n1 is the length of first word and n2 is the length of second word. This is the time complexity. Now if we talk about space complexity, then we have allocated an array to store our answers. Okay, and this is going to store all the characters from n1 and n2. I mean word 1 and word 2, where the word 1 has n1 number characters and the word 2 has n2 characters. So overall, we are storing n1 plus n2 characters within our array. So the space complexity is also big O of n1 plus n2. Thank you.